Hello colleagues, I wanted to provide an update on some of the work with Habitat as well as additional work in the Asia Pacific region. And I wanted to ground it all on the idea of this being a type of transformative partnership. It of course connects with the H. Smith Richardson quote around "It takes boldness to invest in programs of uncertain potentialities." And let's consider that the past 6 months in Asia Pacific also builds on the investment over the last 10 years with the early leadership work. Because for years we've been looking for a partner like Habitat that we could collaborate with to go to significant scale. And as we're now positioned, we hope to reach 1 million young people by 2020 with a significant budget that will be in the neighborhood of about $7 million. Habitat and CCL, those that have been working upon this, the senior leaders that we've been talking with, are all super excited and have already started to begin to do that fundraising. And to help you understand why Habitat is such a great partner, here is the Habitat Young Leaders Build 2016 recap video. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Terima kasih.
多謝
Thank you.
and I know I'm going to sound like a lot of parents, is just imagine yourself in 20 years. When you think about that, you have a job, you have a wife, maybe you have some kids. Just think you came here, you took some time out of your life to come here and help someone maybe create what you have now. Because if you didn't come out and do that, they might not have what you have now.
Now let's review what we just saw in the video. And let's just think about in 2016 alone. Young people, when they were empowered to raise funds and advocate on behalf of Habitat and the Young Leaders Build program, they had a goal of raising $600,000. They exceeded that by $1 million. You can see the mainstream media impressions of 111 million media impressions to share about the good work that young people and Habitat are doing in their communities. Over the last 5 years, Habitat has reached 4 million young people. They've fundraised $4.2 million, and they've had over 282 million media impressions. And this is in 16 countries plus Hong Kong. It's a model and a partnership that would be mutually beneficial to creating impact in the world. And this is what it looks like as we begin to scale this out. We, of course, have been doing work over the last 6 months to validate and receive feedback on what we need to do. We've just piloted a program in February with a group of young people. It's had, of course, tremendous success. And then as we move forward, there's going to be an enormous train-the-trainer process to roll this out so that 17 countries in the region are able to deliver a 2-day leadership program reaching 1 million young people. Now, over the last couple of months, we've had ongoing engagements with Habitat staff, volunteer, and some youth as a way to seek feedback and engage them as partners and stakeholders for the movement ahead. People in this picture come from at least 17 countries in the Asia-Pacific region as well as beyond. We had a couple of staff from the Atlanta headquarters as well as somebody from Latin America that also wants this program now. But the goal is to start it and launch it in the Asia-Pacific region. 2 new modules have been developed over this. Leading Sustainable Communities is the frame. It's been designed by Hannah Smith and Lala from the Habitat office. What have we learned from our past early leadership efforts, and how is this program different? Well, what we've known over the years is that young people don't always see themselves as leaders. And so as we designed a framework within our early leadership efforts, we talk about changing your world, leading with others, and leading self. We use the changing your world frame as an example to highlight that young people don't always come through the door of leadership, but they come through the door of service and impact. In doing this work with Habitat, the Global Sustainable Development Goals from the UN frame the entire experience. So the question that we're really addressing is, how do we develop more sustainable communities? Watch this video and learn about how we all need to be aware of working to advance some serious leadership challenges in our world. This is what frames the Habitat Young Leaders Build leadership program that we've been developing.
We can be.
We must be the first generation
to end extreme poverty.
The generation
most determined
to fight injustice
and inequalities.
The generation that saves the planet from climate change.
And this is how it will get done.
The global goals.
A 15-year plan
For everyone. Everywhere.
With no one left behind.
We will live in a world
where nobody
anywhere lives in extreme poverty.
Where no one
goes hungry.
where no one
Wakes in the morning.
Asking if there will be food today.
We will live in a world where no child has to die.
Diseases we know how to cure.
And where proper health care
is a lifelong right for us all.
We will live in a world
Where everyone
Goes to school.
and education gives us the knowledge
and skills
for a fulfilling life.
We will live in a world where all girls and all women have equal opportunities
to thrive
And be powerful.
and safe.
We cannot succeed if half the world is head back.
We will live in a world
Where all people can get clean water.
and proper toilets
at home, at school, and at work.
We will live in a world where there's
sustainable energy for everyone.
heat, light.
And power for the whole planet.
without destroying the planet.
We'll live in a world where economies prosper.
And new wealth
Leads to decent jobs
For everyone.
And we will live in a world where our industry,
Our infrastructure and our
Best innovations.
Are not just used to make money, but to make all our lives better.
we will live in a world
where prejudices and extremes of inequality
are defeated.
Inside our countries,
And they train in different countries.
where people live in cities and communities
that are safe, progressive,
and support everyone who lives there.
Where we replace
What we consume. Planet where we put back what we take out of the earth.
We live in a world that is decisively rolling back the threat of
climate change.
where we restore and protect the life in our oceans and seas. We'll restore
and protect life on land,
The forests,
Animals.
the earth itself.
With peace between and inside countries.
Where all governments are open.
And answer to us for what they do at home and abroad.
And the justice rules.
with everyone equal before the law.
where all countries and we their people
Work together.
partnerships of all kinds
to make these goals a reality.
These are the United Nations global goals.
for sustainable development.
Let's get to work.
And after now piloting these 2 new Sustainable Communities modules integrated with our early leadership content, here's the first video of young people proposing a project that they would like to accomplish.
So guys, what do you say we build houses for a community?
That sounds nice.
Yeah, but how are we gonna do it?
Maybe through a fundraising event.
What kind of fundraising?
A cookout, since everyone loves food.
Especially we're here in the Philippines.
Yeah,
everyone loves
lots
to eat.
and lots of food
Yeah.
to be found.
Okay, so let's plan this. To start, we're gonna meet with Habitat on February 14. And then we're gonna give them a smart proposal. Specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. And then we're gonna get approved.
I agree with that. Once you get approved, like around Feb 20 to March 3, I can get all the contacts, all the emails, all the numbers you can for sponsors so we can get funds to actually make this happen.
Cool, so I'll find us the venue. I've got the perfect place and the perfect time where to find it. So I'll make sure that the requirements are reached and we are ready to go on that date.
Yay! Once we have a venue, we can finally promote. I got the promotion. We should promote for around 2 weeks or before the event. And then we're gonna have influential people promoting it. And if not, we can ask our friends to do it.
We can even make like video teasers or all those banners and a lot of we can use social media to spread awareness.
So what are we waiting for? Let's set up!
Yeah, so we're gonna set up the event. We need tents, we need cooking equipment, cooking ingredients, all those things. And I think it's important for us to assign roles to people to volunteer so we don't lack manpower.
I got for the equipment.
Okay, so guys, let's do this fundraiser and build a house!
Well, it wouldn't be a CCL program without a picture. And let me talk for a moment about the people and the different groups that are in this picture. First, you'll notice a strong presence from the Scouts. The Scouts have been a partner with Habitat over the last number of years, and they're a strategic partner because the Scouts reach 20 million young people a year in the Asia-Pacific region alone. Another partner, front and center, represents the Ministry of Education because Habitat over the last number of years has also built a strategy of working through schools to engage young people and fold them into the Habitat Young Leaders program. Knowing the impact over the last number of years, the Ministry of Education wanted to have some presence at this program to witness and experience some of what's taking place. Next to her is Hannah Smith, front and center, who's been the thought leader developing the Sustainable Communities modules. She's been doing that with Habitat, Lala, who's on the right side of this picture in a black and red dress. Coming across the center, hidden in the background but not to be forgotten, and as a force to be reckoned with, is Mitch Alejandrino in a pink shirt. She's been the project manager bringing together the pieces and stepping in as a co-facilitator as she's been learning and growing. Another person stepping in as a co-facilitator and learning and growing has been Shak Pen, who's in the pink shirt on the left. She works in our finance group in the Singapore office, and she's also been helping us with some significant business modeling as we scale this work. Behind her on the left is Robin Smith. Robin Smith comes from an instructional design background and has been a volunteer supporting the development of this work as well. And of course, there's always more people than can fit in a picture that help bring this to life, and we're appreciative of everyone's efforts. In summary, let's return to the H. Smith Richardson quote. It takes boldness to invest in programs of uncertain potentialities. And let's apply that not only to the past 6 months of work with Asia, but let's also apply that to the past 10 plus years doing early leadership work. And what have we learned from the past 6 months and past 10 years? Well, a key insight that's coming together is that by partnering societal advancement efforts with some of our core corporate adult leadership work opens the door to additional significant revenues and impact with the right margin. The case and example is first with Habitat and then with Ayala. First with Habitat, if it weren't for the Staley Leadership Program launched by our ENP colleagues in Atlanta with Habitat International, staff from Habitat wouldn't have returned to the Asia Pacific office hungry for more leadership development for their colleagues. That led Roland and his team to connect and advance some of the senior leadership work in Habitat in Asia. Roland also recognized the opportunity to connect our early leadership efforts with their Habitat Young Leaders program and began to discuss this with the VP of the Asia Pacific region. That led to the opportunity to launch a toolkit Train the Trainer to start to develop capacity in the Asia Pacific region. Based on that new capacity, we plugged people in immediately to deliver some content on the 7th and 8th to Habitat in India. We continued to get feedback. We continued to engage Habitat to continue to develop this plan and vision to reach 1 million young people by 2020. All of this culminated with the youth leadership program we delivered on the 11th and 12th and an engagement with those key leaders that we'll partner with to launch this program in the region. Both of those programs were a significant success, and everyone is eager to bring this work to the world. And we're going to start in the Asia Pacific region. The other example of societal advancement partnering with our corporate leadership work is again the work with Ayala Corporation that Roland was doing with senior leaders. That opportunity provided us the connection to the Ayala Youth Congress. And the Ayala Youth Congress, because they have mentors from the Ayala Corporation that we trained up around direction alignment commitment, they are now eager to engage CCL's corporate leadership work more extensively throughout the Ayala Corporation. Beyond the vision for 2020, and because of developing that vision in concert with a number of staff from Habitat, Habitat is now also interested in some additional senior leader change work. And as we continue to build on what we've learned over the past 10 years with our early leadership efforts, there are opportunities to extend our work through the Ministry of Education in the Singapore and Philippines, as well as other youth-serving organizations with Scouts, as well as colleges and universities. So everything we've learned, everything we've invested in, And as we think about the H. Smith Richardson quote, all of this comes full circle to informing our strategy as we move forward. Please reach out, let me know if you have any questions, but as always, it's an honor to serve with you all and to advance this work for the benefit of society worldwide. Thanks for your support.